I'd like to introduce you to a new hitting technique that I've developed over the last 2 years and has been successful at many levels. However, the one level that I'd like to test it out on is the professional level. I feel that this technique, which I call the torque, can help professional hitters increase their average, increase their power, hit more line drives, and have fewer strikeouts. I'd like to demonstrate the technique for you now, and I'll let you be the judge. Basically, it's very simple. I'm not asking you to change your stance. I'm not asking you to change the way you approach hitting. The one variable that all hitters have right now is they don't know what to do with their arms. Everyone has a stance they're comfortable with, that they've been using for years, and everyone tinkers with their stance. However, the one variable is what to do with our arms. Do we keep them high? Do we keep them low? Especially young baseball players, they never know what to do with their arms. Well, I think it's very simple. So my technique is very simple, and it's very easy to learn. You can learn in a short period of time. What I'd like you to do is just use your technique. If you're a professional athlete or you're a college athlete, whoever's watching this video, you've been hitting for quite a long time. I'm not here to change the way you approach hitting again. What I'd like you to do is just get in your normal stance, however you feel comfortable. When you bring your bat up, however, the biggest change is I'd like you to drop the bat on your shoulder. Not necessarily your shoulder, I'd like you to drop it on your arm. Right where your shoulder muscle meets your bicep, that's where I'd like you to rest the bat. I don't just want you to rest the bat there, however, I want you to lay the bat there and put pressure on it with your fingers. Pressure on it, keeping the bat on your shoulder. And you're saying, well, what's that going to do for me? Well, basically, it's going to take all the guessing out of where to put your bat. When I lay the bat on my arm, right here, all of a sudden now I've created what I can refer to as a pendulum. Now I'm using my whole body when I'm swinging. I get in my stance, get on the balls of my feet, I'm doing all the right things. Lay the bat on my shoulder, put pressure on it. The key here is to put pressure on it. Really what I'd like to do is to have the swing act like a torquing action. Bat's on your shoulder, pressure on it. When you come through to hit, you're really bringing your shoulder through. When you bring your shoulder through, you're bringing the bat through, you're bringing your midriff through, you're bringing your legs through, you're using your entire body when you're hitting. Not just your upper body, you're using your entire body. Another benefit of this swing is that it's going to be a level swing. It'll be the exact same swing every time. If you're accustomed to hitting here, you've got a hitch where you eventually have to come down to the hitting position. With the torque technique, you always have the same swing every time. The same level swing. The thing that surprised me most about this technique when I started using it is that my wrists become faster. You would think if you're putting pressure with your hands and things are tightening up, and you're very tight up here, that your wrists won't come through. The fact is, your wrists come through faster. Again, getting your hitting stance, the bat just lays on your arm right here, right where, again, where your shoulder muscle meets your bicep. Your elbows should be about the same height. If you want your elbows down, they both should be down. If you want to keep them up, if that feels more comfortable, then keep both of them up. The key here is to keep the pressure on and swing. Your swing is shorter, and again, you'll hit more line drives. You shouldn't pop the ball up, keeping your eye on it, obviously. And you should hit for more power because you're using your legs, you're using your hips, you're using your upper body. That's the way hitting should be. Again, let's just review for a second. Getting your regular hitting position, wherever you feel comfortable, drop the bat on your arm, making sure, however, you're keeping pressure on there. Another benefit of this technique, I think, is something that I found out by just using it in my league, is that I'm more selective now at the plate. I don't go after bad balls, and the reason being is my body won't let me. When my arms are up here, my old technique, it's easy to go for balls that are high, or balls that are low. If I'm using the torque technique, I've got pressure, using pressure with my hands on my arm. If there's a ball high, my body won't let me go after it. If my bat's on my shoulder, if the ball's too low, it won't let me go after that one either. It'll only allow me or encourage me to hit pitches that are in the strike zone. Another benefit of this technique that I found is with breaking balls. As a college or a high school or professional athlete, you start to see breaking balls. The toughest thing when you're hitting a breaking ball is the timing and being able to hold up. Again, under normal hitting technique, you see a curveball coming and you're fooled for a second and the bat goes out here. You can't hold up. With the torque, put it on your arm, put pressure with your hands on your arm. Now you're one. You're not just a bat laying out there. The breaking ball comes. If you're fooled, the bat is still back here. Your hands are out here, but it's not a strike. Your bat is still back here. They can't call a strike on you. Here comes the breaking ball. You strike, it fools you. You can still come through and hit. So the benefits again are, it's going to make you a more selective hitter. It's going to allow you to hit the off-speed pitches. It should eliminate your strikeouts because you're going to be able to see the ball better. You're going to be able to control your swing. It's going to be the same swing every time, the same level swing every time. Hitting line drives or hard ground balls, giving yourself an opportunity to get on base. Again, I'll just review for you. You can turn the tape off anytime you want because basically that's the technique. Again, the same stance you're normally used to. Get ready with your bat, drop it on your shoulder. You want to become a pendulum. You almost want to practice doing this so you get used to the technique. Again, what you do is you're building up a torque. Torque like if you have a car and you're revving the engine, then you put it in drive, the car is going to take off. That's what we're doing here with this swing. Get a little coil, you got your elbows the same height, you're putting pressure where you can actually feel the bat against your arm. When the ball comes, you're ready to go. You have a short swing, a short powerful swing, and you're through the ball. Again, you have that torquing motion. The benefits are there. It takes the last variable out of hitting. Your stance is solid, your head's still, you're watching the ball, now your bat's still. You don't have to worry about where your bat is, whether you're up here or whether you're down here. The bat's in the same place. The only thing left now is to keep your eye on the ball and hit the ball. I'll just hit a couple balls just to give you an idea of how it looks. Again, in my stance, I normally do. My bat's up. I'm going to lay it on my shoulder. I have pressure on my shoulder, and I'm going to think when I'm hitting the ball that I want to come through the ball, just like you normally do when you hit. You want to swing through the ball. What I'm doing with the torque technique is it's forcing me to use my entire body. I'm actually starting to swing with my back shoulder, making sure my body comes into the ball. Let's try it. I'm ready to go. When the ball's at my feet, I'm watching the ball. Hit the ball. Get in the torque position. Bat's on my shoulder. Pressure on my shoulder. I feel the bat on there. I should hit nothing but hard ground balls or line drives. If you pop the ball up, you're doing something wrong. Do it again. Same position. I'm in the same hitting position every time. My bat's in the same position. I should have a level swing hitting the ball, hitting nothing but line drives. It may feel funny at first, but you get used to it. It shouldn't feel that funny, however. It should feel very natural. All you're doing is laying the bat on your shoulder. You're not gripping the bat very tight. You're just gripping it with your fingers and putting pressure on it with your fingers. Try one more time. You can even, when you're practicing, even just practicing doing this. Practice that there's a breaking ball coming. There. My bat's still way back. I was fooled, but I didn't go through. Because it's staying on my shoulder. However, when I'm ready to swing, keep my eye on the ball. Hard ground ball. That very simply is the torque. I think it's a solid technique. It's a solid technique for youngsters, and I think professional athletes could also use this. Thank you.